Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Monday, and that means tonight was Monday Night Raw. Let me get more centered in this camera frame. I'm all the way to the left all of a sudden. I don't know why. I think it's when I plugged in the teleprompter, I pushed the camera over a little bit. But with that, it's Monday. We got Raw to talk about. We got some news to hit as well. We also got Luke over here with us. Luke, how you been, bud?
I've been all right. I had a busy day today. I applied at my old football coach's sporting goods store today just to keep myself busy. But other than that, I'm doing all right. I thought Raw was a very newsworthy show, actually.
We've got
there was a lot to talk about.
Coming out of this, after this podcast, I'm going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 news videos just from Raw, and then there might be some other news too. Like Xavier Woods talked about his shoulder, so I might do a video on that, just how long he's going to be out. But
I forgot about it. I didn't even know he was injured.
Yeah, he had shoulder surgery. Actually, we can talk about that here in a second when we get into some news, because we got some news to talk about. Also, what is this? Oh
yeah, do you know what I keep forgetting, which is kind of a little newsworthy?
Go for it.
So April 3rd, SmackDown's going to be in St. Louis, and I'm actually going to be going to that show.
Nice. That's my birthday.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Huh.
It's also the day that the Super Mario Galaxy movie is supposed to come out, but they've pushed it up 2 days. Now it comes out on April 1st.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what's kind of like making me a little upset? That they haven't released the actual trailer for Avengers Doomsday yet.
Oh, they're probably not going to for a while. What they should release is the goddamn Spider-Man trailer, because that comes out in what, June or July? July, I want to say. Yeah, July, the end of July. That's what we need.
They should have released that trailer by now.
We need that dang Spider-Man trailer. But getting off topic here, did you hear that we actually got the actual synopsis of Spider-Man Brand New Day? We finally know exactly what this movie's about, ish.
What?
Give me 2 seconds and I'll read it to you. Because a art book of like the movie, like the concept art and just the art book of Spider-Man Brand New Day is up for pre-order. You can't look at any of the pictures from the book or anything like that, but it's up for pre-order with a synopsis of the movie to like explain the book. So I will say this movie is set 4 years after No Way Home. So after the last Spider-Man, this is set 4 years after that. The official synopsis does state, quote, 4 years have gone by since we last caught up with our friendly neighborhood hero. Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Things are going well for our anonymous hero until an unusual trail of crimes pulls him into a web of mystery larger than he's ever faced before. In order to take on what's ahead, Spider-Man not only needs to be at the top of his physical and mental game, but he must also be prepared to face repercussions of his past. That's the official synopsis for Spider-Man Brand New Day.
So what does that even mean?
Well, first off, it's telling us that it's 4 years after the last movie. So either he's graduated from college, him and his friends. I don't know if Peter ended up going to college. That we don't know. But we know like Mary Jane and Ned got into MIT. So either they're seniors about to graduate or they've already graduated. So that's one thing to think about there. We're not going to follow, most likely, college Peter. He's already going to be done with college. And it says Peter Parker's no more. So does that mean nobody calls him Peter Parker? Like nobody at all knows him as Peter Parker? That's the other big question. Or is it just because the way No Way Home ended for me, I thought it was just most people won't remember you and they're not going to associate Peter Parker with Spider-Man. People that knew you in your past aren't going to know you, but you're still going to be Peter Parker. You know what I mean? Like he's still going to have that name, birth certificate, everything is Peter Parker. But this says Peter Parker's no more. So has he got to change his name or is he still Peter Parker? That I don't know. That's where I'm confused a little bit. And then where it says, Unusual trail of crimes pulls him into a web of mystery larger than he's ever faced before. That to me, and we know there's going to be like 5 different villains in this movie. Maybe 4. That sounds like to me like one person maybe running a bunch of crime rings. The rumor is Mr. Negative, and Mr. Negative runs like a gang of villains and whatnot. So we know that Tombstone's in this.
I think you showed me like a picture of like Mr. Negative.
Yeah.
I can look it up real quick.
Mr. Negative is in the Brand New Day comics, and he's in the Spider-Man games. But we know that Scorpion's in this movie. We know that Tombstone is in this movie. And where are the other ones? I know we're getting way off topic.
It's like now. Mr. Negative. Is he like a mob boss then?
Kinda. And I don't know him from the comics that well, but I know in the video game, the first one, he ran like the homeless shelter nonprofit that Aunt May worked at. It's called Feast. So we know Peter Parker.
Maybe Mr. Negative still knows like Peter and like his Aunt May.
In the game. I don't know about in the comic though, and I don't know for the movie if and they haven't confirmed Mr. Negative. We don't know if he's in the movie or not. It's just that's what a lot of people think because his symbol was on the side of one of the tanks that was seen for filming in Scotland, I want to say, Glasgow. When they were filming in Glasgow, his symbol was on one of the tanks. Tarantula. Thank you, Messi. Tarantula's in this movie too. But then the other people that we know that Mark Ruffalo is going to be in this. The rumor is that he becomes Hulk, so he's not just Bruce Banner, he's also Hulk. We know that John Bernthal's in this as the Punisher. There's also rumors that Tremel Tillman might be playing like the leader of the Damage Control. And then Sadie Sink in whatever mystery role she's in. A lot of people think she's going to be Jean Grey, the new Jean Grey of the X-Men. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah. Gonna be... Get the fuck out of here, the Hood. Get the fuck out of here, the Hood. He says, worst part of the night was when the guy comes out with his NASCAR ride. You could suck my dick. Fucking dissing Tyler Reddick, who won the first 2 races of the NASCAR Cup Series this year so far. Get the hell out of here, God damn it. Man, you know why he said that, just to rile me up. I'll tell you right now, NASCAR's better than wrestling. I'll say it right now. I'll say it every day in the world. Every day of my life. NASCAR's better than wrestling. In my opinion, NASCAR's better than pro wrestling. I'll say it.
I personally never really got into NASCAR, so...
NASCAR's amazing. NASCAR's amazing. Most people just don't...
I tried.
I'll just say this. Most people just think it's, you get in the car and you drive. It's way more than that. Most people don't take the time, and I'm not saying anything mean or dissing you or anything. Most people don't take the time to learn what all goes into a NASCAR race as far as from a team perspective. And most people think, oh, you just throw the driver in there, you drive. It's a team sport more than you think. More than most people realize. It's a team sport. So there's a lot that goes into NASCAR as far as you got the driver, which is your quarterback. You've got the crew chief, which is like your coach. Then you've got the engineer, which is like your offensive lineman. You got pit crew, which is like your offensive line and your defensive line. You got your spotter, who's out there as like your play caller, making sure your driver knows what he's doing. So there's a whole lot that goes into it that most people don't understand because either they've just never been taught about it, didn't grow up watching it all the time. Like I've been watching NASCAR basically my entire life. So, but yeah, what's better, NASCAR or F1? That's not even a question. It's NASCAR. NASCAR 1,000,000%. F1 is follow the leader after about 3 laps. F1, and most people will tell you this, F1 is more about going to the race and the experience that they put on, other than watching the race. More F1 fans like going for the experience than actually watching the race itself. NASCAR fans go to watch the race. Same with IndyCar fans. They go to watch the race, which I might be going to the IndyCar race in Dallas in a couple of weeks. They're actually running on the streets around AT&T Stadium. Well, that should be cool. I got to see how much the tickets are actually going for, but with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you're watching us live, you can help us out a couple of different ways. Here on Twitch, you can help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat, just like Esports Gaming Rules did. Also, remember, you can help us out. Ooh, Esports Gaming Rules. We're gonna fight here. Not really, because I don't think he means what I think he means, but I'm going to get into something here with his comment. Anyways, or you can subscribe to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime. Because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, you can help us out over on YouTube with the subscribe button. That way you know when we go live, when we post to the community tab, and when we post new videos. Also, remember, you can support the channel by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get a badge next to your name, emotes, and emojis that you can use in the live chat, and you also get access to our graphics packages. And finally, remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on YouTube, you can donate a super chat in the live chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Games Store. Head over to the Epic Games Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. I do want to say thank you to the guys over on Twitch for the bit donations. Got us a hype train going right now, so really do appreciate that. But I got to read some of these bit donations, especially this one from Esports Gaming Rules. Oh boy, this one hits a nerve because it pissed me off yesterday with Fox. He says, NASCAR fans are happy that Michael Jordan won back-to-back races as owner after the lawsuit, even Daytona 500. So, no. NASCAR fans are not happy for Michael Jordan. No. Michael Jordan being the focus here actually pissed off a lot of NASCAR fans yesterday because Tyler Reddick, who they showed tonight on Monday Night Raw, twice, has won the first two races of the year. He won the Daytona 500, and he won the he won at Echo Park Speedway, the Auto Trader 400. And what does goddamn Fox do before Tyler Reddick even does his burnout? We got to go talk to Michael Jordan. Why? It would be different is that if after every race they go and interview the owner right away or one of the owners. But they don't. Usually if they go and interview the owner or the president of the team, it's later, after the driver's already made it to victory lane and done his interview. But what did they do on goddamn Fox yesterday? The first thing, as soon as the race is over, they had Jamie Little sitting there waiting with Michael Jordan because one of his two cars could have won this race. And so she stood there and waited. And when Michael Jordan's team won 23-11 Racing, co-owned with Denny Hamlin, the first thing they did, we got to talk to MJ. Fuck that. Yes, it's great that Michael Jordan is part of the sport. Michael Jordan is a lifelong fan. His dad was taking him to races as a little kid. So it's cool that he's not just some celebrity that came in and threw some money down. He's somebody that knows the sport, that grew up watching it and is an actual real life fan. But to put the focus on Michael Jordan instead of the driver who won this race, or even the crew chief, they do that sometimes too, interview the crew chief right away. No. NASCAR fans were not happy for Michael Jordan. They were happy for 23-11 as a whole, but Tyler Reddick and Billy Scott. Booty Barker's the old crew chief. Billy Scott, the crew chief, for winning that race with a wrecked race car. That car did not even have a right front fender. And he still came up from like 30th place at one point, drove it to the front. God dang Tyler Reddick. So no, NASCAR fans are not happy for Michael Jordan. They're happy for Tyler Reddick and the 45 team. So that you could tell struck a nerve with me yesterday. Going and we got to interview Michael Jordan right away. I'm not saying fuck Michael Jordan or anything, but yeah. I know Luke has no irons in the fire here, so that's why I didn't bump over to his camera yet. But we will now. I had to get that off my chest.
The only stuff I really know about NASCAR. Do you remember those like old like arcade NASCAR machines that they'd be at like restaurants or like arcades?
Yep.
I used to play those when I was a kid.
You talk about the ones with like the seat where you're actually sitting in them and everything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, buddy.
Talladega Nights as well with Will Ferrell. I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Now here's the thing. NASCAR fans will tell you that it's a good and a bad movie at the same time because it is, yes, a funny movie, but it depicts the sport badly. As far as it makes fun of the sport.
Guy who
it makes fun of the sport.
Because it's a guy like who like never like is it, okay. So like it's basically just like a guy who never really driven a NASCAR before, and he got into the car once, and he like did really good.
Correct. Now, there have been in real life people that have never driven a NASCAR got in and did pretty well. But there are people with racing experience that have driven other forms of racing, like a guy named Shane Van Gisbergen. He is a big time car racer, driver, whatever you want to call it, in Australia and New Zealand. He came over to NASCAR, and the first NASCAR race he ran, he won. But that's because he had like 20 years experience driving cars. And Talladega Nights, he had no experience driving cars. And then he's just an idiot. So like NASCAR fans will tell you, Talladega Nights is a hilarious movie, but it is not a good NASCAR movie. You want to watch the best NASCAR movie? You go watch Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder. So, rest in peace, Robert Duvall, crew chief in that movie. Harry Hodge. Great movie. My favorite movie of all time, Days of Thunder. It's basically Top Gun with NASCAR.
Jeez, we have a lot of bit donations here.
We're going to get into those right now because we got some stuff to talk about. We got bit donations, we got news and whatnot. So let's get into these. First one from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, can the WWE universe of the WWE Hall of Class being co-headlined by Stephanie McMahon and AJ Styles for WrestleMania 42 Vegas week, making the WWE TNA partnership full circle? It will make longtime Vince McMahon fans freak out about moment. Well, first off, that hurt my brain to read. No offense. That was poorly structured and weirdly written. TNA has nothing to do with AJ going in the Hall of Fame. Stephanie's going to be... Go for it. Go for it. I was going to say Stephanie's going to be the headliner.
I want to say something about the headline thing real quick.
Yeah.
You cannot have two like co-headliners. Like it just never works. You can push it to the fans saying like, the co-headliners of the Hall of Fame class is Stephanie and AJ. You can push that, but there's only one headliner. It's like saying like there's a double main event. No, there's only one main event.
Only one person. Only one person's going on last.
The old CM Punk saying. Remember that?
What? Which
CM Punk was like he was on like Cole Cabana's podcast talking about like his last reign, like the last few months of his time in WWE, and he was saying like he was like upset that he never like main evented Mania. Then Vince and Triple H were basically telling him like, but Punk, like you versus Taker, the main event's like no, it wasn't. The main event's the last match.
Yeah,
you can push it to the people that there's 4 freaking main events, but there's only one main event.
Yeah, AEW tries to do that all the time. It's a triple main event pay-per-view. No, whatever goes on last is the real main event. Messi says, does Cars count as a NASCAR movie? Half. Because it's not a NASCAR movie, but like the Piston Cup.
A movie about cars.
Well, no, it's like loosely based off NASCAR in a way. There's actual NASCAR drivers in the movie, especially in Cars 3. Like in Cars 1, there's Mr. The King, Richard Petty, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in that movie. But in Cars 3, Daniel Suarez is in that movie. I want to say Austin Dillon might be in that movie. Ryan Blaney's in that movie. Chase Elliott's in that movie. There's a number of real NASCAR drivers in Cars 3 for sure. So it's like Cars 2, ain't no way. Cars 2 is a spy movie. This sucks. Cars 1, yeah, you could say it's not a NASCAR movie per se, but it's got NASCAR elements to it. And same with the Cars 3. I call them half NASCAR movies. They're more NASCAR than Talladega Nights. I will say that. They're more true to NASCAR and like roots of racing and real racing than Talladega Nights is. So I will say that. We do have some more bit donations here. We're from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, NJPW and TNA was posting AJ Styles tributes on Instagram after WWE Hall of Fame announcement. That's awesome. I haven't seen those. But I love the AJ Styles Creed Higher video. Can you take me higher?
Do they show a lot of his like New Japan stuff in that video? Because I think the only stuff I saw was his WWE stuff and TNA stuff.
I didn't see New Japan because they probably didn't have the rights to use it. They did have the rights to use the TNA footage, though.
or they probably didn't get permission from New Japan.
Right. And that's not having the rights. They didn't have permission to legally air it on their television. Esports Gaming
Which sucked, because I know his time in Bullet Club was very important to his career.
Well, and they talked about that when Gallows and Anderson showed up. They're like, hey, look, it's the Good Brothers who was with AJ in the club, and Tama Tonga, who was with AJ in Bullet Club. Like, they mentioned that. Now, I know we looked this up before, but I want to look this up again really fast. They said something about AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura had many battles in New Japan. I don't remember. I only had like one singles match.
They only had one.
I'm going to look it up right here.
They probably fought in the G1 a couple times.
I don't even think AJ was in many G1s, if only one.
Was AJ ever in the G1?
I don't know. Not that I can think of. But again, I wasn't watching New Japan. I was catching New Japan like highlights and clips here and there, but I wasn't actually watching New Japan that much. But let's see. Yeah. In New Japan, AJ and Nakamura shared the ring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's it. And one of those was the Intercontinental title match at Tokyo Dome, Wrestle Kingdom 10. They only had 5 matches, and they were all tag matches except for the one. So that was it. Oh, hell, I need to go back and watch this one. This was from, I want to say, finals of the G1 or during the G1. It was Kurt Angle and Shinsuke Nakamura against AJ Styles and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Holy shit, it was a 14-minute match. I need to find that one. From 2008. That sounds like a banger. Again, Kurt Angle and Nakamura teaming up against AJ and Tanahashi. Holy fuck.
I wonder when Shinsuke's time in wrestling might be up.
I think he said he wants to go a little bit longer. I think he said something not too long ago. He says he feels like he's still got time left. I don't know how much time that is, but because when did Nakamura debut? Nakamura debuted in debut 2002. He began his in-ring career. So 4 years after AJ started, because AJ started in like 98, 99, 2000. Yeah. Because AJ had his first match around like, I want to say like 98, 99. Let's see. AJ's first match came 99. February of 99. So we'll see. I think Nakamura needs to be pushed better in WWE. Just saying. I've said that for a while.
Everybody said that. Like, he should have beat AJ at Mania that one year for the WWE Championship.
And Asuka should have beat Charlotte. Esports Gaming Rule.
That was like both Rumble winners lost that year.
Yeah. Esports Gaming Rule says, did WWE did the loving memory of Kerwin selfies tribute for Raw just like on SmackDown. Yes, after Raw went off the air, they played the graphic for Kerwin selfies, who's been with the company for like 35 years. So really cool to see. And then we have from Muscle Man 85. He says, do you think Mania this year is being planned lackluster due to a lot of injuries? And also, are you guys ready for 2K26? Actually, I'm gonna take that one and give it to you, Luke, because you were actually talking about, Chamber and Mania and the lackluster booking and planning of both of those shows before we went on the air.
So Chamber, I will agree with you. They're trying to push like new names like for the Chamber,
right? Like
introduce like these new names to the fans. So, and some people are like, oh, it's being booked very lackluster. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is, but it's also like they're just trying to like introduce these like new guys like Trick Williams and Javon Evans in the Chamber.
And then don't forget in the women's, we got Kiana James as that new face there.
I'm not a big Kiana James person, if I'm being honest. I never was.
Gotcha.
I just never really cared for Kiana James. I just don't like her gimmick.
It's kind of, meh. She's not bad in the ring.
I think they're just putting her in there just to be like probably the first person eliminated.
Well, let's see. In the women's chamber is, I got it right here, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley. Actually, we'll save this. We're going to do predictions at the end here. So we'll save this. We'll save this. But what do you think about the booking for Mania and stuff?
So I will say I do feel like injuries kind of played a role in that because I'm sure I'm pretty sure like the original main event was probably supposed to be Seth versus Roman for the world title.
Yes.
But Seth got hurt. So now they put Punk there, and then they're just, and it's like, yeah, they're just trying to make the best out of it, kind of.
Right.
And then Braun Breaker's hurt, and now I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. That's kind of unknown.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now Bronson Reed.
That's
God dang.
Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's hurt as well. We don't know how long he's gonna be out for.
Got injured tonight.
It just happened tonight.
We'll talk about that.
So now it's like, geez, like all these people are just getting hurt, and like we don't know what Mania is gonna look like now.
Yeah, they got a lot of changing, I think, coming in a way. So
like we don't know what Bronson Reed was gonna do at Mania.
Right.
Well, again, we don't know how long he's gonna be out for, but
so we did know that at one point it was going to be Braun Breaker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then when they decided to go with Drew winning the title from Cody and then Cody winning the Rumble, that shifted things to Roman winning the Rumble. Cody's probably winning the Chamber. To when they went with Roman winning the Rumble, Drew winning the title, Cody and Drew and all that. That's when they're like, oh, we'll go Bronson Reed. We think Seth can be back by Mania, or Braun Breaker. We think Seth can be back by Mania. We'll go Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns, or Seth Rollins. I got all these different names in my head right now. And so that got a change. And then it's like, well, Braun Breaker's out. Could he make it back in time for Mania to fight Seth if Seth's cleared? Maybe, but that's very, very maybe. And so now you have the other thing of, okay, you got Drew as the champion over there. Who is Drew going to face? Is it going to be Cody? What about the rumor of you add Jacob Fatu in a triple threat? How do you get to that if Cody wins the Chamber and then Drew or Jacob wasn't in the there's a whole thing, and it does feel a little messy, and it almost feels a little messy because we think we know too much. You know what I mean? Because we think we know more than we should. That's why we're like, well, we knew that it was going to be this, and then it got changed to this, and now it might be this. Well, it's like, how about we just sit back and wait and just see where it goes? Because right now we have how many matches announced? I have it right here because I have all the graphics. Announced for WrestleMania. 1, 2, 3 matches so far. Punk versus Roman, Stephanie and Liv, Brock Lesnar's Open Challenge. And we know we might be able to get Seth Rollins or Braun Breaker. There's the rumor of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. And then we just kind of go from there. So, yeah, kind of a wait and see kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I don't even know what they're going to do, who Jade's going to face. I mean, I'll get to it when we...
Predictions, yeah.
You think it's Rhea?
Yeah. We'll talk about that more later.
I think it's going to be... I do feel there's that chance it's going to be Tiffany. I
hope not. I hope not.
Which I do feel like the fans have kind of gotten bored of Tiffany, though.
I mean, she was gone for like 3 months, so...
She's gone for 3 months, and I do feel like...
2? Fans
kind of got bored of her.
Now, are you excited for 2K26 and all the stuff we've been seeing this week?
I am excited for like the custom entrances, which I do feel like that's kind of cool.
Right.
And have you seen like Zarya's entrance
in the game? No.
Here, I'll find it and try to send it to you.
Okay.
There's some entrances that actually look kind of cool.
Right. I'm excited. I'm always excited for a new WWE game to see what gets added and what's new and stuff. And we know that all this week, everyone that went to the Creator Fest last week will be dropping all their stuff. They're embargoed. So certain things can only be talked about on certain days this week. So we'll see where that all does lead to as far as what we learn. We know the full roster. I can read that really fast. We have the entire full roster that 2K did put out today. Let's pull this up really fast. Why is that not wanting to load? We got it right here. So the full roster for WWE 2K26 as we jump into our news segment of the show. or full roster is, and this is playable and non-playable characters. I'm going to read it really fast. We got Abyss, Adam Pearce, Adrian Butler, Afa, AJ Lee, AJ Styles, Akira Tozawa, Alba Fire, Alistair Black, Alex Shelley, Alexa Bliss, Alicia Taylor, Lunja Blaze, Andre Chase, Andre the Giant, Angel, Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Cruz, Armando Estrada, Asuka, Austin Theory, Axiom, BFAB, Batista Bailey, Becky Lynch, Berto Bianca Belair, Big E, Big Papa Pump, Billy Graham, Billy Gunn, Blake Monroe, Bobby Heenan, Boogeyman, Booker T the announcer, Bray Wyatt, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, Brock Lesnar, Bronson Breaker, Bronson Reed, Brooks Jensen, Brother Love, Brutus Creed, Bubba Ray Dudley, Bull Nakano, Byron Saxon, Cactus Jack, Candice LeRae, Captain Lou Albano, Carmelo Hayes, Kathy Kelly, Chad Gable, Chad Patton, Channing Lorenzo, Charles Robinson, Charlie Dempsey, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, Chip Danning, Chris Sabin, China, CM Punk, American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. So that's telling us there's probably going to be more versions of Cody Rhodes to come because they're saying the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Corey Graves, Cruz Del Toro, Devon Dudley, D'Lo Brown, Dallas Irwin, Damian Priest, Dan Angler, Danilo Amphibio, Daphne LaShawn, Demon Finn Balor, Derek Sanders, Dexter Loomis, Diamond Dallas Page, Diesel, Doink the Clown, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Drew McIntyre, Dude Love, Dusty Rhodes, Eddie Guerrero, Eddie Arango, El Grande Americano, Elton Prince, Eric Bischoff, Eric Rowan, Ethan Page, Eve Torres, Farouk, Fallon Henley, Felix Hernandez, Finn Balor, Gary Wilson, Julia Goldberg, Grayson Waller, Gunther, Haku, Hank Walker, Hollywood Hogan, Hulk Hogan, Honky Tonk Man, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Ilya Dragunov, Ivar, Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Izzy Dame, D'Lo Brown. Already those ones already. Did I put the same? Oh, I messed that up. Jacob Fatu, JC Jane, Jade Cargill, Jada Parker, Jamal, Jason Ayers, Jasmine Nix, who is no longer with WWE, JBL, JC Mateo, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, John Paul Levesque, Jeremy Marcus, Jesse Ventura, Jessica Carr, Jay Uso, Jim Neidhart, Jimmy Hart, Jimmy Uso, Joaquin Wild, Joe Gacy, Joe Hendry, Joey Gonzalez, John Cena, John Cone, Johnny Gargano, Jordan Grace, Josh Briggs, Julius Creed, Junkyard Dog, Kyrie Sane, Kane, Carmen Petrovich, Kalani Jordan, Ken Shamrock, Kevin Nash, Kevin Owens, Kiana James, Kit Wilson, Kofi Kingston, Kurt Angle, LA Knight, Lash Legend, Lex Luthor, Lexus King, Lita, Liv Morgan, Logan Paul, Levice, Ludwig Kaiser, Larry Curia, Mankind, Mark Henry, Maurice, Maxine Dupree, Michael Cole, Michelle McCool, Meechin, Mike Rome, Melissa Elizabeth, Molly Holly, Montez Ford, Mosh, Mr. Fuji, Mr. Perfect, Miles Bourne, Naomi, Natalia, Nathan Frazier, New Jack, Nia Jax, Nick Aldis, Nikki Bella, Nikki Cross, Nikita Lyons, Noam Dar, Obafemi, Omos, Original Grande Americano, Otis, Pat McAfee, Paul Bear, Paul Heyman, Paul Orndorff, Penta, Pete Dunn, Piper Niven, R-Truth, Randy Orton, Randy Savage, Raquel Rodriguez, Razor Ramon, Ray Phoenix, Ray Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Rick Rude, Rick Steiner, Ricky Saints, Ridge Holland, Rikishi, Road Dogg, Rob Van Dam, Rocky Maivia, Roddy Piper, Roman Reigns, Rosie, Roxanne Perez, Rusev, Sami Zayn, Sandman, Santos Escobar, Scott Hall, Scott Steiner, Sensational Sherry, Seth freaking Rollins. We'll probably get more versions of Seth as well. Sean Bennett, Shawn Michaels, Sean Spears, Sheamus, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sid Justice, Sika, Sol Ruka, Solo Sikoa, Stacey Keebler, Stephanie McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Six, Tama Tonga, Tank Ledger, Tatum Paxley, Tavion Heights, Teddy Long, Terry Funk, The Fiend, The Great Khali, The Great Muda, The Hurricane, The Iron Sheik, The Miz, The Rock, The Hale, Thrasher, Tiffany Stratton, Tito Santana, Tommaso Ciampa, who is no longer with WWE, now signed to AEW, Tonga Loa, Tony D'Angelo, Trick Williams, Triple H, Trish Stratus, Tyler Bate, Tyler Breeze, Ultimate Warrior, Umaga, Uncle Howdy, Undertaker, Vader, Victoria DeRico, Wade Barrett as an announcer, Wendy Chu, William Regal, Ren Sinclair, X-Pac, Xavier Woods, Yokozuna, Yokishi Inamura, Zarya, Zelina Vega, Zoe Stark. Then the first part of the season pass, which they're calling Ringside Pass, is a AAA crew. It's El Hijo del Vikingo, Lady Flamer, Mr. Iguana, and Psycho Clown. There are a lot of goddamn names in this game so far, and there's going to be like 6 packs in the DLC at least, is what they said. Whew.
I wonder who all those packs are going to be, like, especially when it comes to, like, new names.
I feel like we could maybe get that news here soon, or at least, like, them tell us the name of the packs, like they've done in the past. But typically before the game comes out, we know the packs, typically.
Well, I know for 25, like, there were, like, some names who, like, didn't really come back to the company until, like, later on, like Aleister Black,
right?
For example. Like El Grande Americano, he was a surprise.
Mm-hmm. So as far as some other news to hit on here from the last couple of days, we do know that WWE will be running in Italy on Sunday, May 31st with Clash in Italy. The actual logo just says WWE Clash. Triple H called it Clash in Italy, but then the logo is just WWE Clash, so we'll see how that goes. But they are running in Turin, Italy on a Sunday, May 31st. Speaking of shows coming up here in pay-per-views, AEW did confirm that Double or Nothing will be coming to us on May 24th from Louis Armstrong Arena, which is basically in the same tennis complex that they had been running with Arthur Ashe, but it's smaller. So it's like maybe they felt like they couldn't fill Arthur Ashe, so they got the smaller part of the building. We'll have to see. Any thoughts on those two shows? So going into some WWE news here, this comes from Fightful and WrestleVotes. So Ruka is set for a slight character change upon coming up to the main roster soon, which also could lead to her getting new music. What do you think a Sol Ruka character change could be? I don't think it's going to be like a heel turn or anything. Or what if that is the swerve? Everyone thinks Zarya is going to turn heel on her, and it's Sol Ruka that turns heel.
Maybe for Sol Ruka, they're like pushing away from like the surfer gimmick to like something like not like less goofy,
right?
Almost.
I can see that. More serious, I guess you would
when
say.
When she debuted, she was like the surfer. She was like the surfer girl.
I'm gonna tell you, I've said it since she started doing it. The Soul Snatcher is one of the most preposterous looking moves ever. It's a
like the off the top rope flip to RKO.
It's a cool move the first time you see it, and then every other time the opponent looks like the dumbest person in the world, just standing there waiting for it and then taking the bump.
Yeah.
So. Some more news to get into. According to WrestleVotes, they do state that even before the Super Bowl, WWE had reached out to representatives of Bad Bunny to be involved in WrestleMania in some part. One source in WWE did tell WrestleVotes that they would be happy if he was involved in any way, whether that's a match or not. So WWE is looking to maybe get Bad Bunny to Vegas for WrestleMania. Any thoughts on that one? Well, Sean Strickland wouldn't like it, but that's a whole other story.
What if like Bad Bunny was like performing at like WrestleMania? He'd be like the first like singer to perform at the Super Bowl and Mania.
That'd be interesting. Hey, I wouldn't mind it if like him and Miz co-hosted Mania. You know, like Miz and Snoop Dogg did. Go for it.
I'm trying to think like if who would be like a wrestler like you would like perform like an entrance for.
Oh, an entrance for? I don't know, but if he were to do a match,
like a Rey Mysterio,
maybe, yeah.
Let's
yeah,
like Rey Mysterio had a match at Mania. He did like he was like singing a song for like Rey's entrance.
I can see that. Hell, let him fight. You know what he should do? Bad Bunny and Logan Paul.
I could see it.
Some more news here. This comes from WrestleVotes. Shawn Michaels is set to...
You know what I thought that they should have done? This is like a real missed opportunity. Sorry to cut you off.
Go for it.
Remember when like Usher like performed at the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they should have done? They should have had him perform LA Knight's like intro.
Yeah.
Like sing yeah.
Oh Lord.
And then that would have been like perfect.
That'd been funny as hell. So here from WrestleVotes, they do state that a new documentary is set to premiere soon on Shawn Michaels. A full-length documentary about Shawn Michaels is nearing a premiere. We just do not know where it's going to premiere and when. We don't know if it's like one of the Peacock ones, if it's going to be on A&E, or if it's going like to Netflix or ESPN. We don't know any other details other than a new Shawn Michaels full-length documentary, which means it's probably going to be like an hour or so long. It is set to premiere relatively soon, new interviews have been conducted for the documentary with Shawn Michaels and both allies and rivals of Michaels from his career. This should be really cool. A Shawn Michaels documentary. But the question is, how real are they going to get? They're going to talk about Shawn getting beat up by military guys. They're going to talk about Shawn's promiscuous past, all of his drinking. Because we've gotten Shawn Michaels documentaries in the past from WWE, but it's like, how deep into Shawn's real life and real struggles before he found God they're going to talk about, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But with that, just looking here to see if we missed any other news. I think that's the biggest stuff to come out of the last couple of days. Xavier Woods. Oh, we got this one here. Yeah. So we saw it tonight on Raw that Xavier Woods wearing a sling. Xavier Woods actually had shoulder surgery, and he did speak with Bill Pritchard of WrestleZone and stated, quote, "I feel okay. Lifting things with my shoulder doesn't feel okay. I kind of put it through like a meat grinder. So we'll see how it is. Hopefully, it's a few weeks of physical therapy, and then we'll be back at it. But if not, I'll let everybody know. But yeah, it's all right. We're just staying positive." So he hopes that he can be back within a couple of weeks. He can be ready to get back into the ring here pretty shortly. But if there is any extended physical therapy needed and whatnot, we'll let the fans know. But hopefully, Xavier Woods ain't out too long. With all of that, I think it's time we start talking about Monday Night Raw from Atlanta, Georgia.
We start talking about Raw. We've been talking for a lot.
We got this. We got Monday Night Raw from Atlanta, Georgia. The show opens up with Michael Cole and Corey Graves in the ring. As they stand in the ring, they're talking about how tonight is a big night. Tonight is a night to celebrate the career of the phenomenal AJ Styles. You can see that not everyone's in their seats yet. People still filing in to the building. And as they're trying to speak about AJ, they're interrupted by Gunther. Gunther comes out and he starts saying, "Oh, we don't need to talk about AJ. He's been the past. I already beat him. I ended his career. Why do we got to waste all this time?" You know? And so he gets in the ring and he starts talking shit about Gunther and John Cena. Or Gunther starts talking shit about John Cena and AJ and Goldberg, whose careers he ended. And we hear Adam Pearce. He's like, stop. We don't need to do this. Gunther, stop. And Gunther just keeps on going. And the fans start booing, but you can tell that they actually also piped in some fake boos here. And Adam Pearce is still walking down the aisle. He's trying to get Gunther to stop. He's like, "We're not doing this. Come on, stop. Gunther's like, "All right. Yeah, I don't need to be here anyways. This is whatever." Gunther said that he would leave under his own accord because what was happening tonight was a disgrace. We don't need to celebrate AJ. He already ended AJ. Gunther was then escorted up the ramp by security. He turned around and boasted to the crowd, and then suddenly was beelined and attacked by Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee just jumped him. They quickly got separated. Dragon Lee attacked him again backstage. After Lee was taken away, they showed Adam Pearce with Gunther, who was actually down on his knees from the attack. Cody Rhodes walked up, kind of just looked at Gunther like, "This guy." So that's how Raw opened up. The first part of the open. What did you think of this? I thought it was fine. I thought it was an okay entrance. They got Gunther on the show and then got him out of there.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was good to get him on the show, but they also didn't want him to kind of ruin AJ's tribute almost.
Yeah, they didn't want fans to be thinking the whole time, when's Gunther going to come out? When's Gunther going to come out? You got him on there, you got him out of there, and we were good to go.
Right.
So then Cody comes out, and they basically did the same thing here with Cody that they did with him on SmackDown. Comes out, he says, "What do you want to talk about?" He's from this town, and all of a sudden, he gets interrupted. Just like on SmackDown. He came out, he said, "What do you want to talk about?" And he was interrupted by Jacob Fatu. Well, tonight he's interrupted by The Vision. Boston Theory, who's also from Atlanta, said that he's ashamed to be from Atlanta. Theory, or Logan Paul then took the mic. He said he knows that Rhodes wasn't ashamed to be from Atlanta because he lacked common sense. And he was insane for showing up here on Raw. Paul said that Bronson Reed's going to win his Elimination Chamber match or Elimination Chamber qualifier, win the Elimination Chamber, win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, and then the Division will not only run Raw, but they'll run SmackDown as well. And then Rhodes will be the first one they kick out the door. Rhodes says he wasn't sure about all this and knew someone who, well, disagreed and didn't think that Bronson Reed will be winning his qualifier tonight, and the music of Jey Uso would hit to signal that the qualifier is the first match of the night. And, well, according to WrestleVotes, I'm going to pull this up here. Looks like old Jey Uso was not the original choice for this match, to win it at least.
No, it was Bronson Reed.
So I'm going to pull up the tweet from WrestleVotes. Let's pull this up here. WrestleVotes did send out this tweet that does state. We'll pull it up on the screen. Hope Bronson Reed is okay. He was the planned winner of the match. So I want to say kudos to everybody in this match, because when the match ended with Jey Uso winning, I was like, I wonder if this was the plan or not, because it actually went super smoothly with them switching it to Jey Uso, Jay and Chad Gable in their original Grande Americano, just smoothly going on without Bronson Reed. I thought they did a great job just transitioning and figuring out where they had to go to get to a new finish. So I want to say big ups and kudos on them. But I think we know what spot. I can't show it, unfortunately, here on camera. But I think we know what spot it was that Bronson Reed injured himself. We'll talk about that here in a moment as we get into this match. Triple threat match. Michael Cole did tell us before the match started, over 12,000 fans in the Allstate Arena tonight. We're 20 minutes into the show, and the first match finally does start. El Grande, or Gable, I wrote Gable for all this. Gable wiped out both guys with a Orihara moonsault ahead of the break. The first couple of minutes, not much really happened. Jay and Gable then did their best to keep Bronson Reed out of the ring through the break, but Reed re-entered, stacked both guys on his shoulders, and hit an impressive double Samoan drop. After Reed gave Jay a world's strongest slam, he tried dumping Gable onto Jay, but Gable countered by giving Reed a bulldog while simultaneously leg dropping Jay. Gabe gave Jay a Karas Theory German suplex and then went to the top. Gable then went for the flying headbutt, but Jay was all the way on the other side of the ring, so he kind of missed and landed on his face. Gable then sold it like he hit the move because, well, he was supposed to, and then he tried to go for the cover, but Reed broke it up. Where was I? Gable then gave Reed a great-looking German suplex ahead of another break. After the break, Jay and Gable continued wrestling while medical staff checked on Reed, and I think when he broke up the pin there is where Bronson Reed got hurt, because Bronson Reed kind of just like dove in.
There was a video of him getting hurt. I can try to find it and send it to you.
I know what it is. I can't show it on the stream, unfortunately. State Farm Arena. Thank you. Allstate Arena's in Chicago. Thank you, K Ballard. But the spot I think that Bronson Reed got hurt.
It was him. It was him breaking up the pin. I could try to. I can find it for you.
No, I've seen the clip. It's just we can't show it, unfortunately. But basically, he dove in shoulder first to break up the pin. And when he did, like, his arm caught under, I want to say it was Gable, and he rolls over, gets up, and immediately looks at his bicep. And it was just like, uh-oh. Like, you can tell he knew instantly that he was not all right. Because he got up, immediately went like this, and got out of the ring. So, not good at all. Not good. Don't know how long he's going to be out. We'll talk about the injury here afterwards, what Michael Cole did announce, but during the break, Corey Graves acknowledged the original Americano is detested in AAA, while the El Grande Americano Ludwig Kaiser is seen as a hero in Mexico, and it's different here in America. Jey Uso went for an Uso splash, but Gable got his knees up and applied an ankle lock again. I think these two worked perfectly together as far as having to basically change everything, because you go from a triple threat with another guy supposed to win right into boom. We're going to change this up. Now it's a singles match, and a new guy's going to win. Working on the fly. These two are pros. Jay fought out of it. He traded kicks until Jay hit a spear and an Uso splash to pick up the victory. Now, As far as the injury to Bronson Reed does go, Michael Cole did inform us later in the show that Bronson Reed suffered a distal bicep tear. Now, when we look up a distal bicep tear and the recovery time from one of those, recovery time of a distal bicep tear, typical recovery time is 4 to 6 months. That's not good. If it's a full tear that needs surgery. If it is not a full tear and can be healed with just a brace or a splint, 2 to 6 weeks. If it is a very minor tear that does not require surgery. Most likely it would be 4 to 6 months. Some can even come back with rigorous therapy after 2 to 3 months. So, yeah. Looking like he's going to be out, not make it to Mania. For sure. The
division is cursed, man. It's cursed.
Yeah. If it's what they said on
Seth
Raw.
Getting hurt, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Yeah, if it's what they said on Raw, if that's the injury, he's not making Mania, and he's probably maybe back in time for SummerSlam. When's SummerSlam? August, so that would be March, April, May, June, July, August. They might have to just save him until like the Raw after SummerSlam or something. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But unfortunate that Bronson Reed did suffer an injury tonight. More power to you. Hopefully it's not as bad as they think. Like, because remember a couple weeks ago, they thought Javon Evans was injured and it was just like a stinger. They thought he suffered a concussion and yeah, he was fine. So Jey Uso has qualified for the Elimination Chamber. We'll talk more about Elimination Chamber here in a little bit. They started showing clips of AJ Styles' career in WWE, including when he won debuted in the 2016 Royal Rumble. They were then saying that many people from AJ's past are here to celebrate him. They showed Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura talking in the back. Then we got the cool spot. We see the Chumba Casino number 45 Toyota from 2311 and Tyler Reddick. We see it coming in just like we saw last year with William Byron driving in, the 2025 Daytona 500 winner. We see the 2026 Daytona 500 winner. He drove in last year. William Byron drove in with AJ Styles. This year, Tyler Reddick drives in with WWE World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk in the passenger seat, which it's really not the passenger seat because there's not a passenger seat, but you know what I mean. The two of them get out of the car. Punk's got his belt. Tyler Reddick's got the brand new special WrestleMania 42 Las Vegas belt. They clank belts together and they walk into the arena. Funny that they got Reddick wearing his driver's suit for this, because then when he's out in the crowd, he's wearing regular clothes. So that was funny. But yeah, Reddick won also yesterday in Atlanta, so he just stayed an extra day in the ATL. I thought this was cool. I thought this was awesome. So then Liv Morgan comes out, and she confused the shit out of me when she first came out. She comes out looking like she's going to cry, looking sad. I said, oh, fuck, is she hurt and going to miss Mania? She's not talking. She's like whispering things to Dom, but Dom's doing all the talking on the mic. And he's like, oh, can we get Stephanie Vaquer to come out here? We both champions. Jade Cargill. And like Michael Cole's like, why do you say it like that? And so Jade comes out, Stephanie comes out, and then Liv eventually starts to talk. But I'm like, why did Dom need to do all this talking? Why did Dom need to do all the intros here? And then it gets more weird. Liv looks at Stephanie. She just doesn't even care that Jade's there at all. At all. And she looks at Stephanie and she's like, you know, what you said last week really got to me. It made me think. I've been here for 10 years, and yes, I've had all the best trainers and the best medical staff and all this and da-da-da-da-da. And I didn't know your story before this, but now I do know. You had to fight for 10 years to get here, where I really didn't have to fight that hard. And she's like, I'm very vulnerable, and I don't like to show it a lot, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, and I know you guys want me to make my decision. You want to know what my decision is, and I have made my decision. And she stops, turns, and looks at Jade. And I'm like, she ain't picking Jade. There ain't no way she's picking Jade. And she like steps to Jade, turns around and boom, cracks Stephanie over the head with a microphone. Stephanie sells it so good, where she just takes that stiff, boom, flat back bump. Liv then beats her ass, jumps on her, holds up the belt, and there we go. So it is official. At WrestleMania 42, it will be Liv Morgan challenging Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. What are your thoughts on the segment, the way it started, and where they're going for Mania?
Liv challenging Vaquer was pretty expected.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty expected, and I personally think Liv should win.
Okay.
I think she should. Or, I personally could see this happening as well, but I don't think it will. Like, let's say like Raquel screws over Liv.
I was thinking that.
And then it leads to like some tension the Judgment Day, then they end up kicking Liv out, her and Dominic out.
Or I don't know about that, but it could. That's my thing. Once they do because they've been teasing this Raquel Liv tension, who does get kicked out is the question. Like, if you kick out Liv, does Dom go or does Dom stay? That's the question. Does Dom go or does Dom stay?
I think they kicked Dom out because maybe they're like, hey, whenever you were the Intercontinental Champion and you had the AAA title, you were greedy. Like, you were trying to act like you were the leader. You were trying to be the face of the Judgment Day, but the whole thing about us is like, we don't have leaders. You were trying to act like a leader.
Also, I thought it was funny at the beginning of this segment when Dom was like speaking with like his super hard Mexican accent and like saying like when he said Jade's name wrong and stuff. Michael Cole's like, why do you say it like that? And Corey Graves goes, you'd talk like that too, Cole, if you had a Susia. And Michael Cole goes, well, I don't have a Susia. He's like, maybe you should get one, Cole. Cole goes, you want to talk to my wife about that one? He's like, I don't need a girlfriend. I got a wife.
Who, Dom?
No, Corey Graves said that to Michael Cole. Hey, you need to get yourself a girlfriend, basically.
Oh, yeah, he's married to Carmella.
No, Corey said that to Cole.
Oh.
Michael Cole was like, you might want to take that up with my wife. But, yeah, so the segment ends with Morgan hitting a code breaker and an oblivion on Stephanie Vaquer before just throwing the belt down on her. So, here we go. That's the match for WrestleMania. Byron Saxton then interviews Javon Evans backstage, but he was quickly greeted by Offset, the rapper. New Day then showed up with Grayson Waller. Xavier Woods was offended. He's like, hey, Offset, we've been offering to bring you to Raw for years, and you don't want to show up? He's like, oh, well, I had to be here for the young OG. Plus, my song is the theme song of Elimination Chamber, so I'll be at Chicago as well. I'm like, okay, cool. They played the song a couple times. It sounded cool. It sounded like a fine song. I guess Drowning Pool's part of the song. There's like 5 artists on it. Anyways, they were like, well, why didn't you take up our offer in the past? He goes, you know why? Because New Day sucks. That's why I didn't. And Xavier Woods is there, was arm in a sling or whatever. And then Javon's like, oh, you guys want to go? We can fight right now. And Woods is like, oh, yeah, easy for you to say. You want to fight a guy with one arm and my arm's in a sling. And then Kofi steps up and is like, I'll show you what's what. And I was like, oh, shit. Kofi and Javon. That should be awesome. So that's all this segment was, setting up Kofi and Javon for later on.
I kind of forgot about the rapper Offset.
So did I. I hadn't heard of him in a while.
Yeah.
So then we see Michin in the back. So Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, they're supposed to be heels in the MFT, right? But they're just here.
Yeah.
They're just here having a cool conversation with Michin. Like, nothing. Like, heels and baby faces didn't matter tonight when it came to AJ. Because the Good Brothers showed up.
I guess technically, like, Michin is an honorary member of Bullet Club.
Not Bullet Club, but the what do they call them? The
OC.
Yeah, the OC. She was not.
Well, she
Bullet
was an
Club.
actual member of the OC, I believe.
Yes, that's why she got so excited when Gallows and Anderson showed up. They were there for old Uncle Alan, as Gallows likes to call him, Uncle Alan. Did you see?
Man, I feel like the Good Brothers. I mean, I feel like they kind of reached their peak, honestly.
I feel like They could have done a lot more in WWE, and they could have been bigger in WWE.
Could have.
But again,
they could have been a lot bigger, but it's obviously not going to happen. But
oh yeah, the rumor always was that Paul Heyman didn't like him, and he got him kicked out both times. Or at least the first time he went to Vince and told Vince he sees nothing in them. Like he's like, oh, these guys already reached their peak because Vince apparently. So the rumor was Vince asked Heyman when Heyman was like running SmackDown or whatever it was. Who should we let?
Heyman was running Raw. They were supposed to have
Raw.
Bischoff run SmackDown.
Yeah.
But I guess someone else. I guess Bischoff backed out. So I can't remember who was supposed to be running SmackDown instead. I think they gave it to Bruce Pritchard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they were asking them, right when COVID started or before COVID or whatever it was, who can we let go? Who can we cut? And like Heyman was like, Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. I don't see anything in them. And like that apparently pissed off AJ at one point. So I don't know. It was the whole thing.
AJ was like talking trash about Paul Heyman on his Twitch stream. He's like, Paul Heyman's a lying scumbag.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you would think, oh, it's just all rumor and hearsay, but then when you hear AJ on that live stream talking shit on Paul Heyman, it's like, oh, there might be some truth to this. Also, there's my other question: we get the AJ Styles Twitch streams back now that he's retired. We get Alan playing some games and Twitch streaming.
I don't know. I feel like the rumor is AJ probably moved on from Twitch and he probably just wants to be a full-time dad.
Well, he's also said before that he would like to work for WWE, whether that's as a coach or a scout. I don't know if he wants to be like a full-time on-the-road producer, but he does want to. He had said before he would like to have a backstage role in WWE when his career is over.
Yeah, he said he wants to be like a scout, coach, train, or whatever.
I could see him like going down to the PC a couple times a month and like helping out and
probably
coaching.
Like a guest coach.
Yeah, guest coaching.
I don't know about a scout because I feel like is that Regal's job? Regal's like an indie scout.
That's one of Regal's jobs. Yeah, that's one of the things Regal does, and AJ can do that from wherever. AJ can just watch a bunch of indie stuff and be like, hey, take a look at this guy. Hey, or just randomly if he sees somebody he's interested in.
Have you seen the videos of like Ricky Sosa? Is
that the guy with that's like all entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the entrance. It's whatever. I've seen him in the ring. He's just whatever to me.
Apparently, a lot of people keep saying like just because of the entrance, people keep saying like WWE or AEW should sign this guy.
You know who WWE needs to sign that was at the last tryout? Nikki Blackheart.
Who?
They need to sign Nikki Blackheart. Look her up on Instagram.
I don't know who that is.
She's somebody that she's newer-ish on the indies, but she's getting her name out there big. And she's, I think, the perfect person for them to throw into NXT, train up, and put on the main roster. She's got the look. She's got the athleticism. She's like the bodybuilder. She's like basically a more tan, a little bit bigger, black-haired Charlotte Flair. When Charlotte first started. So she's like tall, good-looking, got the muscular body. So maybe not sure. Well, Charlotte kind of had the muscular body early, especially when she was going to try to do bodybuilding. She did like one or two bodybuilding things. But yeah, no, look up Nikki Blackheart. She's someone that was at the last tryout like a week or two ago. She was also somebody that Bailey's been pushing for because she went as part of the Lodestone seminars and stuff. So yeah, she's somebody that I think would do great in WWE, especially like you throw her in NXT and train her up. Oh boy. Esports Gaming Rules, another bit donation. He says, with Bianca Belair out, Rio wins the Chamber and faces Jade, but Rio needs to drop the WWE Tag Team Championships. We'll see. They're defending those titles Friday against Nia and Lash. But moving forward, we had Natty versus Maxine Dupree, which this was... Luke, my question to you is, why do they have to protect Maxine? Why can't she just get beat? Why do they have to do these stupid non-finishes? She still looks weak.
I don't know.
Like last week.
Yeah, it makes her look weak.
2 weeks ago, they had Natty beat her ass on the announce table, put her in the sharpshooter, and then they got double counted out. This week, she hit her head on the ring post and she was just knocked out. How many people do we see get thrown into the ring post and smack their head on the ring post and keep going for another 5, 10, 20 minutes? I would have rather seen Maxine get pinned after a 5-minute match where she actually tried than her getting knocked out by the ring post and literally dead. I felt like that was worse than her taking a pin or tapping in the middle of the ring. This fucking sucked.
Yeah, it was bad.
Very bad. Moving forward, we're in the Judgment Day's clubhouse. JD McDonough apologizes to Finn last week, saying, I got a little hot-headed there. Finn's wearing a suit for some reason. I don't know. He said all he wanted to do was see Finn Balor become a champion. Balor accepted his apology. He said brothers fight and they make up. He planned on becoming the champion, but he's got to do it alone. He doesn't want Judgment Day there with him at Elimination Chamber. Dom then gets up and goes, okay, you don't want help, but I want help. I got to defend my title against Penta next week. You both going to be there? You guys going to help me? And Finn's kind of just like, I can't worry about that right now. I got the biggest match of my career coming up at the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to fight CM Punk for the belt. I got to figure all that out. And JD goes, well, he doesn't want me there. I'll be there for you, Dom. I got your back. So, yeah, basically that officially announces Dom versus Penta for the IC title next week on Monday Night Raw from Indianapolis. So yeah, I guess Finn also says something like, I'd do everything on my own when you guys are both out injured. Now you want me to help you? I got to worry about myself right now. So there we go. You think they finally take that title off of Dom next week or no?
No, I think Dom's going into Mania with that belt.
Then they show more celebrities in the crowd. Tyler Reddick again. 2 Chainz. Michael Cole is happy for 2 Chainz and Lil Yachty. You think Michael Cole's really a Rat fan, or are they just trying to make him seem cool?
I think they're just trying to make him seem cool.
Michael Cole over here. Yeah, I was hanging out with Offset earlier today, and we saw Lil Yachty and 2 Chainz, my boys. I'm like, what the fuck? So we got the box again, the big crate. Adam Pearce is like, what is it doing here? And they're like, Nick Aldis sent it. And he goes, you know what? Just send it to Chicago. Nick and I will deal with it together at Elimination Chamber. He kind of shit on Nick Aldis too. He's like, oh, Aldis couldn't take care of this himself? All right, well, we'll just do it together. Like, what the fuck? Fucking shit.
What do you think is in the crate?
What's in the box? I don't know. It's a fucking rooster.
Have you seen like those AI videos that people have been making of like what's in the box?
No. It's a gobbledygooker.
Hey, I could send you one of them to see what you think.
Have you seen the interviews where Undertaker's always like, man, I thought I was gonna be the guy in the egg. I thought I was gonna be the egg man. I thought I was gonna be. They signed me, and I thought they were gonna have me come out of that egg. Have you seen Undertaker say that on his podcast and in different interviews?
No.
Yeah, he says it all the time. He's like, I got signed by WWE, and then they told me just to sit around and wait until they had a plan for me. And I get a call from Vince McMahon, and I'm thinking he's gonna tell me I'm the egg man. I'm the one coming out of this egg that they've been teasing. But Vince called me and said, is this the Undertaker? And he's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yes, this is the Undertaker. That's how he got told he was the Undertaker. Vince called him and wanted to see his reaction to just calling him the Undertaker and see what he did. Vince over there testing people. So we're there at the crate.
Oh, remember that one time he tested Mark Henry? He wanted Mark Henry to be more dangerous. So
yeah,
that was like a real, because like that was the time where Mark Henry called it his era like the Kool-Aid era, where he was wearing like those red tights.
Yeah.
So like, and then like Vince wanted him to be more dangerous, so like he tested him, put him in the ring, saying he's gonna have a match, but his opponent never showed up.
Mm-hmm. He's wanting to piss him
So he
off.
wanted to see how angry he would get.
Yeah. So we're sitting at the box. Adam Pearce said to send it to Chicago. Rusev shows up, just randomly walks from behind. He's like, "Hey, Pierce, we need to talk." And Adam Pearce is like, "I'm busy. I got another meeting. I got to go." He's like, "Oh, you're too busy for me?" Obafemi then walks up and goes, "Yeah, because he's going to talk to me." And Pierce is just like, "We're going to deal with this later. Tonight's about AJ Styles. Get out of here." Then we get Brock. Paul Heyman comes down to the ring with Brock Lesnar. He says all these things. He goes, "My name is Paul Heyman. Yes, I am an oracle. Yes, I am a advocate." Or he says, "Yes, I am an oracle. Yes, I am a wise man. Yes, I am a friend, but I am also the advocate to the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. when you talk about WrestleMania, there's actually two main events. There's whatever world title is going on last and the Undertaker's streak. But at WrestleMania 30, this man ended that streak, Brock Lesnar, and he became that second main event. His match from then on was the second most important match of the night. And Heyman said, we're on the road to WrestleMania. And Brock is going to be here a couple more times. I'm going to pull up this image here on the screen. He said, Brock Lesnar will be hosting an open challenge at WrestleMania. And with that open challenge, people are going to have about 5 more times to accept that open challenge. Brock Lesnar will be around tonight in Atlanta, March 16th in San Antonio, March 23rd in Boston, March 30th in New York City, April 6th in Houston, and April 13th in Sacramento. He said on any of these nights, one man can walk down to this ring and confront the beast himself to accept this open challenge for WrestleMania. No one stepped up tonight, and we move forward. So 5 more nights to go between now and WrestleMania. We'll see who it is. The rumor is it's LA Knight. Who do you think takes up the Brock Lesnar Open Challenge?
I think it's probably going to be LA Knight.
Yeah, that's been the rumor. A lot of people thought it'd be Obafemi because of the Rumble, but LA Knight is the one that eliminated Brock.
What for Oba? Let's say, for example, and I know I said this multiple times. Let's say Carmelo Hayes does the ladder match at Mania, and like Oba's in the ladder match and just destroys everybody, and then like wins the title.
I can see it, but then that means he's going to SmackDown. Do you see him going to SmackDown, or do you see him going to Raw? Because what I think they should do, Royce Keys goes to SmackDown, Obafemi goes to Raw. You don't want them on the same show.
Yeah. I think Royce Keys is probably going to be like a DLC edition in 2K. I think he's going to be one of those wrestlers that shows up later.
He'd probably have to be in the last set.
Probably, because like the dude hasn't had a match yet, so nobody knows his moveset or anything.
Well, I mean, technically, he worked the Rumble, and he worked a dark match, not this past Friday, but the Friday before against Nathan Frazier. But he does, he's never wrestled on TV other than the Rumble. Go watch his Stephanie podcast, though. I listened to that last week. It's great. Like, the whole thing, from start to finish. I couldn't stop listening. His episode of the Steph podcast, the What's Your Story, is fantastic. And I talked about this on the SmackDown review, but I'll say it again. He had the greatest analogy of Palo Alto and East Palo Alto. Palo Alto, which is like, where all the rich people live, and it's nice and bougie kind of, and it's like where all the tech bros are and whatnot. He said, that's Pride Rock in The Lion King. Then you go East Palo Alto. That's where all the gangs are. Murder capital of the United States. That's the Elephant Graveyard. That is beyond the shadows where Simba is not allowed to go. I'm like, holy crap. That is probably the greatest analogy. East Palo Alto and Palo Alto. Palo Alto is Pride Rock. Everything's nice, pretty, and great. And you go to East Palo Alto, that's the Elephant Graveyard. That's where you go to die.
Hang on,
What's up?
I don't know how much you're on TikTok. I know this is kind of random. I don't know how much you're on TikTok or Twitter, but do you see these AI videos that people are making in wrestling?
Of what? I've seen a couple different things. I usually see on Facebook all these shitty AI images. Like there was one.
Check Twitter. I just sent you something.
There was one Facebook image I saw yesterday that was so bad. So bad. I wish I had it here.
People are making these AI videos of like Kobe Bryant in the ring. For a while, it was like Martin Luther King.
I've seen promos. I've seen some of those.
Someone made one that went really viral. That caught Sean Ross Sapp's attention. It was someone made a older version of Chris Benoit debuting in AEW.
I saw that one.
And Sean Ross Sapp said something about it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of these just dumb fake AI videos and photos, especially on Facebook. There's a lot of fake ones that are just trying to be like, oh, such and such happened, and we can prove it because we have an image. Like, this is news. Like, no, it's not news because that's not real. I'm trying to see if I can find the one from yesterday that was just the worst of worst AI. And like, why would you even post it? It's so bad. Like, it was like the top 10. What was it? It was like the top 10 biggest big men in WWE or whatever, like the top 10 tallest guys to ever wrestle in WWE. And it said like Big Cass, Big Show, but they both looked like Big Show and kind of not like Big Show at the same time. Neither looked like Big Cass. It was just, yeah, horrible. I can't find it now. But yeah, no, people just, AI could be used, like AI images and AI video can be used good.
Well, it's crazy how advanced it's getting right now.
Yes. And if you know how to use it right, great. But if you're just going to use it to make shit and don't care about the quality of what you're posting, that's where AI is getting the bad rap. Like, we don't need to be using AI to fully create things for us, but you can use it as a tool. It's not a bad thing to use for like B-roll or create elements for your graphics, but don't just use it to do the work for you. That's my whole thing. You use it as a tool in your tool bag, I guess you would say, as you creating what you're creating. Don't just make just the worst of worst stuff and be like, it's fine, even though it's not. So I wish I really had that one because it was just that bad. It was so bad.
No, but like for a while, like when it came to like the WWE ones, people were making like AI videos for a while of like Martin Luther King cutting promos.
Have you seen the Stephen Hawking ones
like,
in his wheelchair?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Like, what?
There was like people were making ones of like dead wrestlers coming back to life. Like there was Andre the Giant one. There's a bunch of Eddie Guerrero ones, like older. So let's make Eddie Guerrero look like in his 50s coming back to WWE.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Very bad. Anyways, moving on forward. What is this? That's okay. Anyways, moving forward here.
Is that the crate one I sent you?
No. It was something on Facebook. Anyways, so yeah, Brock Lesnar open challenge for WrestleMania. He's going to be around 5 more shows. I think, like, how quick? Here's my question. You got 5 more episodes of Raw with Brock. How long until they actually have someone accept the open challenge? Is it going to be the next one? Or do we have to wait 1 or 2? And then so we wait maybe 2. On that second one, they set it up. And then we have 3 more episodes to build the match. That's how I would do it. The next one, no one comes out. Or maybe like one person comes out, but it's like Tozawa or something. And Brock just squashes him in the ring and goes, I need somebody better.
Or I think it'd have to be after Chamber because isn't LA Knight in the Chamber?
Well, yeah, Brock's not back till well after Chamber. Chamber's this weekend, and Brock's not back till.
I think it's gonna be LA Knight because I think LA Knight's gonna come out and be like, hey, I don't have a match for Mania, neither do you. We both need one. How about we fight each other?
Yeah, Brock's not back for 3 more weeks. Not next week, not the week after, but in 3 weeks. And then he's on 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, from the 16th on, Brock's on every Raw. From the 16th into Mania. He's on 5 weeks in a row. So, that'll be good to see. Palpatine says, Grok made me a video of Luke and Tim fighting in a steel cage. Okay, yeah, I'll show it. Send it to me.
Yeah,
Palpatine.
Send that one to me.
Send it to me on Twitter.
I know how those AI videos work. You have to like, so how those work is like, because me and my friends would made some like as a joke. It's like this app. You have to like record yourself like saying some lines.
No, you don't.
And then you have to like.
It's not even that difficult. It's not even that complicated. Trust me. I made a full-on AI commercial for my work for our weight loss program. It's not even that.
No, but like there's an app though. But there's an app like there's like an app like you record yourself saying some lines, And if your friends have that same app, you can like friend each other and make videos of each other.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Sora?
Yeah, Sora.
Yeah, no.
That's how people are making these like stupid videos that have terrible quality.
Yeah, no. Trust me, I made a full-on AI commercial with an AI model and everything for the weight loss program for my work.
Does it look good?
I mean, half the people in my office didn't know it was AI till we told them. And then still didn't want to believe it at first. Like, no way, that's AI. I'm like, yeah, that girl ain't real. Esports Gaming Rules with another bit donation says Coachman is at it again with the Vince McMahon will return to WWE with Saudi backing rumors again. Yeah, no. Thank you for the bit donation, but that ain't happening. I saw someone post it. I didn't know it was credited to Coachman. I just saw someone go, new rumor that Vince McMahon is trying to get back in WWE. You see the video of Vince's 100-mile-an-hour car crash?
Yeah, and they're asking why he's going so fast. And it was his granddaughter's birthday.
Yep. Not an excuse, bro. So
he probably wasn't even capable of driving.
I mean, I've always heard the stories. Vince likes to drive fast and not a good driver.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that skit like from like the 2000s where like his limo broke down? Like the limo driver's trying to fix it. And they're like, there's a gas station like 2 miles away. He's like, Vince, like, I've never been to a gas station in my life. Like, well, we can walk over there. It's like, walk. Then he jumped on the limo driver's back and he said, all right, walk.
It's funny that like Vince always tried to portray him. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say it because it's not fully accurate. Never mind.
Like a rich scumbag.
Yes and no, but I meant like Vince always like with that line, like I've never been to a gas station and da-da-da. But then like Stephanie's on her podcast talking with AJ Styles about AJ was like, yeah, we grew up in a trailer. And this, she says, yeah, my dad also grew up in a trailer, very poor with nothing. And AJ's like, yeah, I know. He told me all about it.
Is that really true?
Yes. Before Vince knew his dad, when he lived with his mom and his stepdad, before he knew his biological father, in North Carolina, they lived very, very poor in a trailer. That is true. Then he met his real dad. His dad was rich, ran WWF, and his whole life changed. I don't know the full like timeline of all that, but yes, that is true. When it was Vince with his mom, poor as shit, living in a trailer, his stepdad would beat him, and then when he went and lived with his dad, his whole life changed. Moving forward, at Javon Evans versus Kofi Kingston. Pretty good match, I would say. Kingston tried using a distraction early that caught Evans off guard, but Evans didn't fall for it and clocked him with a running knee strike for a near fall early on in the match. Kingston then used a separation distraction moments later to hit a PK and take control. After a commercial break, Kingston was still in control until Evans made a comeback and attempted a moonsault. Kingston dodged the moonsault and Evans landed on his feet, but sold it like he hurt himself, landed weird on his leg, and Kobe hit him with the SOS for a 2. Evans then sent Kingston out of the ring with a leaping dive while selling the leg. Waller then punched Evans with the ref distracted, and Kingston hit a famouser for a 2. Offset, who was there at ringside, then chucked Waller over the announce table and backed off of Woods. Kingston then yelled at Offset for getting involved, which was a distraction here that led to Evans flying in with an OG cutter and pinning Kofi to pick up the victory in a 10-minute match. I liked it. I thought it was a good, solid Raw match that both guys looked very well in. What'd you think?
I thought it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it.
So moving forward, they aired thank you messages, I guess you can say. Different people in wrestling talked about AJ. We saw Bailey, Rey Mysterio, Natty, The Miz, Robert Roode, Abyss, dressed as Abyss, Booker T. Well, no, he was dressed as Abyss later. In this, he was just himself, Christopher Park. Booker T spoke about AJ, Randy Orton, CM Punk, and Shinsuke Nakamura, who said, quote, I miss him already. Then we see Frankie Kazarian, TNA's own Frankie Kazarian in the back. He opened up a door in the boiler room, and there's Abyss, dressed as Abyss. So they walked out together.
Joseph Park? You mean Joseph Park dressed as Abyss?
Yeah. Well, no, Joseph Park was his wrestling name. His real name is Chris Park, isn't it? Or is it Joseph? What's his real name?
Chris Park, probably.
tell you right now. I think it's Chris. Yeah, Christopher Joseph Park.
Didn't he have skits with AJ and WWE as like Joseph Park?
Yeah, during COVID. Because Joseph Park
I don't even remember those. Like, I forgot all about that.
Because Joseph Park was the lawyer. Because at one point in TNA, he was Joseph Park Esquire.
He was like a lawyer, kind of. And then, like, he's like, my brother is Abyss, like his alter ego.
Well, he has like 2 masters. He's got a master's degree in sports administration. I know he's got 2 different degrees from University of Ohio, I want to say. But they then got more clips of AJ Styles. We got him beating John Cena at the 2016 SummerSlam. Earlier, they had showed Styles beating Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. Do you remember why he beat Jinder for the title?
Because Brock Lesnar didn't want to work with Jinder at Survivor Series.
Yep. And at that time, that's when Brock was the champion. Brock got whatever he wanted, and Brock was really good at working with the smaller guys.
Yeah, Brock loved working with smaller guys, so he didn't want to work with Jinder.
I remember that Ray match. And then Ray had a good match.
I mean, it probably benefited. It definitely worked out fine anyway, because I think it was during that time people were kind of getting tired of Jinder as champion.
He got a good 6-month run.
I think at that point people were just like, okay, let's put the title on somebody else. We don't want Jinder as champion.
The one thing that really sucked though was they took the title off of Jinder right before they went to India. Jinder going there as the champion would have been very good for the company.
It would have.
We got a Finn Balor pre-tape. Balor said that CM Punk wasn't the only one that people mad at him. He had people mad at him too. But they needed to understand why he needed to do this. He needed to prove to the doubters, the critics, and to everybody in the Judgment Day that he can be a champion. It's been 10 years of, well, what ifs? What if he didn't get hurt? What if he was the champion for longer than one day? So you can learn a lot from a win. You can learn a lot more from a defeat. When he lost to Punk, he learned to stop asking what if. He learned to tell himself when he beats CM Punk, when he becomes world champion again, when he's the main event of WrestleMania. There would be no more what if, but when things happen for him, when he becomes the new best in the world. We got some more people, celebrities in the crowd. We got Dwight Howard, Jermaine Dupri, Funny Marco, and Bow Wow. I knew 2 of these guys. Then we get CM Punk himself. Punk comes out to a great reaction from the Atlanta crowd. Fans start chanting his name and says, whoa. Let's chant for AJ. This is all about AJ tonight. He said there were a few things that he wanted to address, though, before they get to Chicago this weekend. Punk said he's got his own what-ifs for Balor. What if Balor didn't jump him in Toronto? What if Balor didn't interrupt his last match against AJ Styles? Well, Balor wouldn't be getting this title match. People wondered what Punk was even doing. But he was the best in the world for a reason, because he can do things like this. He was giving the fans the fighting champion that they deserve, following in the footsteps of guys like Terry Funk, Harley Race, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Triple H, and a list that goes on and on and on. Punk didn't like dealing in what-ifs. Punk said, what if Roman Reigns was here tonight? The fans chanted for Roman. But Punk said that this was why he didn't deal in what-ifs, because they weren't rooting in reality. And Reigns wasn't here. He's never here. The fans booed. But Punk said they couldn't boo him because he is always here for them. Boots on the ground every Monday night, making every town, being on every tour. Punk asked, what if Balor beats him? Well, no risk, no reward. Reigns would be on Raw next week. What if Punk didn't wait until Mania and punched Roman in the face next Monday night? He can't deal in what ifs. He deals in facts. He didn't have to ask what if he was a champion, because unlike Balor, he is a champion. He was the best in the world, and he's the main event of WrestleMania. Why? Because he is CM Punk. Good, short, to the point promo. I liked it. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it. Then it showed more people in the back. there for AJ Styles. Got Petey Williams, Jeremy Borash, who we never see on TV, and Omos, who AJ was a tag team champion with.
I totally forgot about Jeremy Borash.
Jeremy Borash is basically him and Undertaker are running AAA.
Really?
Yeah.
Undertaker's running AAA? Are him and Borash?
They're part of the top guys running AAA. They're the head of the creative team for AAA.
What was Jeremy Borash even doing? Was he just like more just was he like a producer
For WWE?
For WWE? Yeah, what did he do?
I know he was working at the PC, but I don't know like what kind of a role. I know he was doing production stuff. He was not a producer, no. But I know he was working in production. I don't know if maybe that was for NXT or what, but I know he was at the PC a lot working on production stuff. I don't know if he was like in charge of like video packages and the editing team and stuff like that. I know he had, whenever like, so I know at the PC, whenever like you would see like those pre-taped videos with like the wrestlers and they're like in a ring and like they're talking, and he did a lot of those where he was directing those and producing those and stuff. So he did do a lot of like behind the scenes camera producer stuff that way, but he wasn't like a producing matches or anything, not like that kind of a producer. But yeah, Jeremy Borash and Undertaker, basically the two running AAA. Let me see. WWE AAA. Let's see. Where is this? Can't find it. No, that's the changes they made to Raw and SmackDown. Triple A. Oh, I just put double A. Triple A. Here we go. Yeah, Jeremy Borash, The Undertaker, Conan, and Dorian Roldan are set to be Triple H's main creative team for AAA in Mexico. Guys like Matt Bloom, Pete Dunne, Chavo Guerrero Jr., Moody Jack, and Savio Vega, along with Lindsay Dorado, are working as match producers. So, there we go. Triple H and Shawn Michaels do have some, but not much input in the product. But yeah, apparently, from everything I've heard, Undertaker is having a blast doing the AAA stuff. And I guess Undertaker's new role is also to tell people they're going in the Hall of Fame. Because he did it with Stephanie.
Basically, yeah. I was literally just about to say that.
He did it with Stephanie, and he did it with AJ.
I mean, AJ, kind of made sense.
Oh, 100%.
I wonder what other like people are going to be in the Hall of Fame as far as like, because we normally get a woman, someone as a hot headliner, and like, I guess they started doing like the celebrity one and a tag team.
Well, have we got a celebrity the last couple of years? I feel like we haven't.
Snoop Dogg, I think.
Let's see, WWE Hall of Fame.
Or heck, what if they put Ozzy Osbourne in it as like a celebrity Hall of Famer?
He already is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Ozzy went in as a celebrity in 2021. That's probably why you don't remember it. It was COVID. But we so we had a celebrity so we have had celebrities. So there was no celebrity last year. But in 2024 we had Muhammad Ali. 2023 we had Andy Kaufman.
What about Bob Barker?
He only did that one. I feel like he only did like one thing. He was like a celebrity guest host. If you're gonna put Bob Barker in there, then you gotta put like Hugh Jackman in there as a celebrity guest host.
What's Shaq? Is he a celebrity Hall of Famer?
I don't think so, because I don't think he did enough with WWE. No, Shaq's not. He didn't really do. He only did a couple of things with WWE. He never even had that. I mean, he was supposed to have that Big Show match, and that never happened.
He was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah. Then he worked.
I'd put him in it.
But then he went and worked. But then he went and worked TNA or AEW.
No, AEW. Yeah, match with Cody.
Yeah, so did Snoop, and they still use Snoop at WrestleMania after that. So yeah, we've had celebrities on and off. Like 2022, we didn't have a celebrity. Then Ozzy was the 2021 celebrity. So there have been like celebrities on and off. Like 2020 or 2019, there was no celebrity. So it's kind of here and there, hit or miss. No celebrity last year. The big question is, they started that immortal moments. Like they're putting matches in the Hall of Fame now, like the UFC does. What could we get this year? What's a big, important match? I would think Undertaker and Mick Foley, but Mick Foley wants nothing to do with WWE right now, so that match would probably not go in anytime soon.
What if they did Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, like career versus streak?
26, that could be. I could see that.
What if they did a Cena match?
Which match, though? That's the big question. There's so many good Cena matches. Cena JBL. That's when everybody said, oh shit, this Cena guy is tough.
Yeah, Cena versus JBL. Or what? Did they do? What was last year? It was Stone Cold and Brett.
Yes, because basically that match is what made Stone Cold Steve Austin Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's what made him the badass. I'm not gonna tap. I'm gonna pass out. So,
trying to think. Cena versus JBL, that would be one. What if they did Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior?
Ooh, no. If you're gonna do a Hogan match, you gotta do Hogan Andre.
Oh yeah, that one.
Mania 3 before you do Mania 6. Which Hogan Warrior though is a big deal match though. But you gotta do Hogan Andre first. But the big thing is,
yeah, you gotta do an Andre one.
Who's gonna give the speech for that match? They're both passed away.
Both passed away.
Like who gives the speech? Nick Hogan? Speaking of Nick Hogan, apparently he's been at the PC recently. I don't know if he's going to try to wrestle, but Nick Hogan's been at the PC more than once recently.
I'm trying to think or Jimmy Hart maybe? Or who was the...
Well, Bobby the
Bruce Hogan's manager with the megaphone? Who's that guy?
Jimmy Hart. But was Jimmy Hart, but he wasn't with him there. I feel like he wasn't out there for Mania 3. Bobby the Brain was, but Heenan's passed away as well. Because Heenan was there with...
a lot of the guys there are passed away right now.
Because Heenan was there with Andre. So, but if they were to do a match, that's probably one of the ones that you do. Andre Hogan. As far as like greatest matches.
A lot of these like great matches, like those people have passed away. So it's kind of, do something.
Yeah, the first one being Brett and Austin. Perfect. They're both alive there. Good, go. Well, yeah. Who inducts AJ is the question.
Cena?
I can see that. But
Shinsuke?
They want Shinsuke cutting a 5-minute speech like that, 10-minute speech, or however long it's got to be. Nothing against Shinsuke.
I mean, I think Cena would be a pretty good one.
Cena would be a good one. You know who would... I don't know if they would do it, but you know who would be really good? Who they
Christopher Daniels.
Well, I was going to say Kazarian. Because at first I was going to say Joe. But then I was like, they can't do Joe. But Frankie Kazarian, if they were to get him to do it, that'd actually be very good. Because they were in TNA from the start together. They've known each other forever. They're really close in real life. That's someone, if they were to get somebody not from WWE to do it, and they had him there tonight, so they're not opposed to using him for this. I could see it being either Chris Park, have Abyss do it. You can have Frankie Kazarian come in and do it. I don't see anybody in WWE. Maybe Kurt Angle, because how close him and AJ were in TNA. Maybe you get Kurt to do it.
There's people you could do that's above Kurt, I'd say.
Yes, but Kurt and AJ and their stuff in TNA, I could see that. But no, I think the best one that I can think of, Kazarian. And Trey says who inducts Stephanie? It's Undertaker. I think they already said it.
Undertaker or Triple H, maybe. I don't know.
So I can see Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, I would probably say Undertaker's probably going to induct Stephanie.
Yeah, I think they announced that already. But
I'm trying to think who else do they put in the Hall of Fame. Like, do you think they put like the Wyatt family in the Hall of Fame?
No.
At least not anytime soon.
No. Like, then you don't do the Wyatt family, no. You would just do Bray by himself.
Do you think they finally put Bray in this year?
You could, but at the same time, it's like, do you put him and AJ in the same year? I could see like the year Cena goes in as the headliner, Bray is like the number 2. So if like Cena doesn't go in this year, but Cena goes in like next year in Saudi, then you can have Bray as that number 2 or something.
Who would induct Bray? Bo Dallas?
Bo. It would be Bo, and his sister would probably do it. Well, no. Ugh. You would need someone to do. That's the tough one. Does Bo and his sister do the inducting, or do they give the speech on his behalf? Or does JoJo give the speech on his behalf? Or is it his dad? That's the big one. Because it's like,
I think it would probably be JoJo and Bo that each like give the speech on their behalf.
So I don't know how they would go with that one.
Eric, I think the person who would induct him probably Eric Rowan and Strowman maybe.
Rowan over Strowman, but yeah, I can see Rowan. Oh man, you do you do Bray and Brody in the same year.
Then you have to do the Wyatt family.
But that's what I'm thinking. Now that I'm thinking about it, because you said Wyatt family, and my head just went Wyatt 6. But I could see them doing the 3 Wyatt family, but at the same time, it's like, I think if they only do Bray.
You'd probably have to do Bray first, and down the line, probably the Wyatt family.
Maybe. Like, Brody should go in, but Brody had more of a, like, he was used better in AEW. I'll just say it like that. In WWE,
he was used better as a singles in AEW, yeah.
In WWE, he did great things and good things. You know, he was IC champion and tag team champion, but it's like, I don't know if he's WWE Hall of Fame as far as like his WWE career is Hall of Fame worthy, and that's not on him, that's on them and the way he was booked.
I'm trying to think of like tag teams though, because
that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like tag teams from like the 2000s at least.
I mean, it could be anybody to be honest. As we saw, was it last year where we got freaking what are the fuck? I can't remember now. They ain't putting Dustin in the Hall of Fame signed to AEW. No. Yes, they did it with Billy Gunn, but that's when they thought AEW wasn't anything.
Well, they put Too Cool in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if they want Brian Christopher in there though.
Why? Because of
killed himself. Sorry for laughing on that, but
I mean, I don't know about that.
So,
I mean, they honored him at least. Like whenever he died, they like honored him.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one. Messi, they ain't doing the Hardys unless they're in WWE or retired.
To be honest, I think the Hardys probably want to wait till like they're actually retired to be inducted in the Hall.
And I think they spend the rest of their career in TNA.
How many? I'm curious to know how many years they got left.
I want to say it's 2, last I heard. Maybe 2.
Like they signed a 2-year deal?
Well, like the 2 years left on their current deal, I think is last I heard. I could be wrong on that, but that's why.
So they'll probably just wrestle till like their deal's up.
And Jeff's deal may be a little bit longer than Matt's because Matt got to TNA before him. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what they said in the Chris Van Vliet interview.
I don't know. I feel like both those guys are kind of out of their prime anyway.
No, but they're still having good matches. Like they're the top draws in TNA.
Yeah, because they're like very well established.
Yeah. But no, like thinking of who can be the tag team, it could be freaking anybody. That's the hard part. Like who? I don't know. Like last year was the natural disasters. Like who would have thought Earthquake and Typhoon? The year before that, US Express. Who would have thought of them? No offense. So.
I mean, I feel like they're kind of running low on tag teams now.
Yeah, I have no clue.
No, I almost said the NWO Wolfpack, but
no.
You already put the NWO.
You got the regular NWO. You got Hogan, Hall, Nash, Pac, and Bischoff. You're good. You don't need any more NWO. You don't need to bolster it and
What about the
bloat it up.
LWO with Guerrero?
No.
Well, I could see this. I don't think it's going to happen. What if they put Ultimo Dragon in the Hall of Fame?
Ultimo Dragon. It's not a bad one.
Do you remember his time in WWE though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right around WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, do you know why he left?
That I don't remember, no.
So the rumor was Vince wanted him to take his mask off for a storyline, and he didn't want to do it, so they ended up releasing him.
Messy, the Dudley's already in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I could see them maybe putting Ultimo Dragon in the Hall of Fame, then maybe have him as a DLC character in the video game. I could see it.
Let's see. Bubba and Devon went in. Bubba and Devon went in 2018.
Edge and Christian inducted them.
Yep.
I think there was an argument. People thought it should have been Spike Dudley, but I think Edge and Christian were probably perfect.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Corey says Demolition. Are they still on the outs with them, though? Because I know Demolition hated WWE for a while. So, but moving forward, we got one match.
Wasn't that the main reason why they had the New Day break their record? Because Demolition hated WWE.
That was the rumor, and it was a petty Vince thing, but who knows? I could see it being real because Vince. But moving forward, we do have final qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber with the women. It was Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Raquel Rodriguez. Not much happened early on in this match. After a commercial break, Io Sky was in control of Kairi Sane, and Sky hit her with a missile dropkick. The crowd got behind her, and she was leveled, though, by Raquel Rodriguez. Sky saved Sane with a Tejana bomb moments later, and then drove her into the ring post. Sky hit Rodriguez with a suicide dive, and Sane followed with an insane elbow on Rodriguez to the outside. Sky at one point avoided an insane elbow of her own in the ring and hit a moonsault. She had it all won, but Raquel broke it up by yanking Sane out of the ring. Sky hit Rodriguez with a missile dropkick and a Meteora. Rodriguez then tried fighting her off, but Sky nailed her with a tornado DDT. She set up for a moonsault, and Sane shoved her out of the ring. Sane then went for an insane elbow, but missed. Cole said that Rodriguez got her knees up, but she really didn't. Rodriguez was already rolling out of the way as Sane was coming down. Anyways, Rodriguez then followed this up with the Tejana bomb and pinned Kairi to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber match. So all 5 women are in. No, 6 women are in. That was a fine, solid match. Nothing super special, though. Any thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good match. It's just nothing special.
Yeah. Esports Gaming Rules, the Bit Donation says, there are petitions for Dynamite Kid and Jumping Bomb Angels for WWE Hall of Fame. And there's been petitions. There's fake internet petitions for years on a bunch of different people. So, we'll see. So we got 3 things announced for next week's Monday Night Raw. Dominic Mysterio will face Penta with the IC title on the line. Gunther will go one-on-one with Dragon Lee, and Roman Reigns returns. Kathy Kelly then interviewed Jade Cargill. During the break, she was... So they got the fucking WWE Women's Champion out there, right? And Jade Cargill, or Kathy Kelly goes, Atlanta, let me welcome to you the WWE Women's Champion, Jade Cargill. And Jade's like, ooh, Kathy, I like the sound of that. Do it again. And so she's like, WWE Women's Champion here, Jade Cargill. And so she asked her, we know Liv picked Stephanie. Now you got to face somebody in the chamber. Who do you want to face? And Jade starts talking. And she's talking. She says 4 or 5 sentences. And then they just cut her off and go back from the break. She's in mid-sentence, and they just cut her off. I'm like, damn. Also, I didn't have him.
Wait. Is APA or is the APA in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, that's a good one. I think they are.
Because if they weren't, that would be a perfect one to put in the Hall of Fame.
Let's see.
JBL and Farouk.
Because they're in separately. I know that. They're not in together. They're in separately, though.
Put the APA in the Hall of Fame.
Because Farouk went in 2012. JBL went in 2020. Also, I forgot to mention, I think it was during a break. They interviewed Trick Williams randomly. I was like, why is Trick getting interviewed on Raw? And then he's like, I had to come to Atlanta because I heard you guys got good barbecue wings. And you know what I'm going to do here with wings? Hit them with my lemon pepper steppers. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, guy? Again, like I always say, he tries too hard to come off like some goddamn 70s pimp. Anyways, we get the final thing of the night. It's the AJ Styles tribute. We get that video package to Higher by Creed. Can you take me higher? Love that song. Love Creed. Creed gets a bad rap, just like Nickelback gets a bad rap. I like both of those groups. Anyways.
What do you like? What do you like better, Creed or Linkin Park
Oh, that's a tough one for me. Honestly,
me and my brother were literally having this like debate like the other day because like Creed is like has like 3 or 4 like very popular songs, but like Linkin Park has like a lot of popular ones.
That's a tough one. I might say I like maybe Creed a little bit better.
I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I don't even know if I can decide.
Anyways, we get the video. In the video, Stone Cold Steve Austin calls him the best wrestler on 2 feet. Kurt Angle calling him the most talented wrestler he's ever seen in a ring. Undertaker says that he couldn't think of a better person to have his last match with. We got guys like Bayley, Miz, Orton, even his wife talking about him. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was Finn said that AJ Styles is the greatest wrestler of his generation. AJ finally comes out after we see all this footage of him from TNA and WWE. Styles took a deep breath in the ring as the fans chanted his name and said, "Thank you, AJ." Styles then joked that he thought about wearing a suit tonight, but the last time he did, he beat the piss out of Cody Rhodes, so he thought better of it. Styles thought this would be easier, but if he gets choked up, he wanted the fans to know it wasn't because he was sad. Styles was so grateful to be here in Atlanta, Georgia. He grew up just 45 minutes down the road in Gainesville. People usually didn't get to have a moment like this when they retire, so he was grateful for it. But at his core, he was still the kid from Gainesville who fell in love with professional wrestling. He wrestled in Gainesville, in the TNA Asylum in Nashville, in the Tokyo Dome in Japan, and under the bright lights of WrestleMania. He wrestled some of the OGs in TNA like Daniels, Joe, and Frankie Kazarian. He made a mark on professional wrestling. He went to Japan and met some of them good brothers. Gallows and Anderson showed him how to have fun in professional wrestling. It didn't have to all be serious all the time. If he was having fun, so were the fans. He said he'd done almost everything. Almost everything. The only thing he hadn't done, well, was be a full-time father. Something that he really missed. He missed a lot of birthdays, anniversaries, and games. He missed it all, and that was very tough for him. His flex should be that he won all these different world championships all across the globe. But his biggest flex was having the best wife in the world. She never slowed him down or told him that he needed to stop. She kept pushing him forward to get better. She held the family together even though he had to watch them grow up on FaceTime. She was the one. He told her, "I love you." And he thanked his kids for being there tonight. All except for his son, AJ. I don't remember why he said he wasn't there, but he said why. I think he said something about he's with his friends or something. I can't remember. He said things didn't go the way the fans wanted against Mick Gunther at the Royal Rumble. It wasn't the way he thought it should go either, but it was very poetic. Not many people get to go out the same way they came in. He debuted for WWE in the 2016 Royal Rumble, and his last match was at the 2026 Royal Rumble. Yes, I didn't leave my gloves in the ring that night, but I was a man of my word, and I wanted to do it here at home instead. He removed his leather vest and placed it down in the ring. He said that he didn't remove his gloves because he wanted to wait. He took the gloves off and placed them on the vest in the middle of the ring here at home in Atlanta. He said, quote, "From the bottom of my heart, I would have been nothing without you. Thank you for your love, and I love you right back. Thank you." We then get the, produced by Triple H, Paul Levesque, Lee Fitting. We think the show is over, and all the wrestlers start coming out on the stage, and we get more "Thank you, AJ" chants. You see everybody pouring out. They're coming up on the stage. The lights go out. Dong. Dong. We get the American Badass playing. Undertaker comes down on his Harley, motorcycle, whatever you want to call it, and he enters the ring with a microphone. He looks down at AJ's gloves and vest and goes, "You're just going to leave those there? You going to leave your stuff and leave?" Taker then said, "We have unfinished business." And AJ's like, he looks shocked, like, "What are you talking about?" Taker then told him, "This is what I mean." Quote, "If you see me coming, you're already gone." Taker wanted to change it. Taker stated, quote, "If you see me coming, that means you're going." The fans figured out what was coming, and AJ kind of did too. Taker then told him, "You are the newest inductee into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame class." AJ got a huge pop from the crowd here. AJ started to get emotional. He did not see this coming, like, before all of this. Like, you could tell when Taker said, "You're in the Hall of Fame this year," AJ was like, "Oh, shit." Styles then had a huge smile on his face. You could see he was getting emotional, learning this for the first time in that ring. His family then got in the ring with him. They all got a huge hug together, and the crowd started chanting, "You deserve it." Styles also hugged Taker. Styles' family then was there with him as they all embraced. Styles then kind of pumped himself up and got on the ropes and taunted out to the crowd and everything, and the show goes off the air with him with his family in the middle of the ring, learning that he, a retired wrestler, gets to be a full-time dad, full-time husband, and a Hall of Famer. I thought this was fantastic. What'd you think?
It was pretty good. They took a picture of like all like AJ and like the TNA crew. Freaking Jake Maverick was there. I didn't even realize that.
He works backstage as a writer for WWE. Rockstar
Drake
Spud.
Maverick was there. They had Xavier Woods in that picture as well.
Consequences Creed. Oh, Consequences.
Who's the guy on the right of AJ in that photo?
Where's this photo? Send it to me.
Just did.
On Twitter?
Go to Twitter.
All right, got it. It is, let's see. Let's pull it up here on the screen. I don't know who that is. Let's see if the chat knows. Pull this up here. Let's see. So we've got, of course, we got Abyss, Jeremy Borash, Xavier Woods. We've got Bobby Roode, Frankie Kazarian, Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud, AJ, and I don't know who this dude is. Let's see if some of the comments says. Who's the dude on the right? Oh, that's right. That's referee Dan Engler, formerly Rudy Charles in TNA. Refereed a lot of AJ Styles matches in TNA. Rudy Charles. That's right. Now that I read that and I'm like, how did I not think of that? But yeah, that's who it is. Very cool. Very cool that they got to have that picture taken in the ring too.
The only referee from TNA I remember was Earl Hebner.
Well, yeah. And then his son, Brian Hebner, who was also a WWE referee back in the day. He was like the lead SmackDown referee for a long time. Already beat.
They went to TNA, got inducted in TNA Hall of Fame.
Yep. But very cool.
Earl Hebner, he also refereed that Nick Aldis and Cody match at All In.
Yes.
I don't think he referees anymore. He retired.
Yeah. But with all of that, that was Monday Night Raw. That was
sorry, I know this guy, right? Who was that like longtime Ring of Honor referee that he like refereed like every Ring of Honor match?
I hate to say it, but you mean like the big guy?
Yeah, the big guy.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I could picture him like I'm looking right at him.
He's literally Ring of Honor's like only ref.
I'm gonna feel so dumb. His name is
Todd Sinclair.
No, maybe. Hold on.
Yeah, it is Todd Sinclair.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. That's him.
He's that bigger guy. He debuted he refereed every single Ring of Honor match.
Yeah, all the big ones. It was always him. And then I think Tony maybe used him once or twice.
Then they replaced him with Aubrey Edwards.
Well, just the AEW crew.
Yeah.
But with all of that, you know what we thought of Monday Night Raw. Now it's time to check these polls and see what you guys thought of the show as well. So as we go over here, refresh the polls. Let's refresh that one. Looking at the Threads poll. 66% liked the show, 19% thought it was just all right, and 15% didn't like it. Looking at the Twitter X poll. 51% thought liked the show. 25% thought it was 25% didn't like the show, and 22% thought it was just all right. Looking at the community poll, 82% liked it, 13% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't. And finally, the live poll, 77% liked the show, 16% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't. With that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining us here, twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. But Luke, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me over at Twitter X at Petke_21, and you can also find me over at Twitch at Young Grasshopper Luke.
With that, guys, have a great rest of your night. Have a great week, and we'll see you here next time for Wrestling Unlimited. Have a good one, guys. Oh, wait. Wait, we forgot something. We're going to real quick. We're going to do some Elimination Chamber predictions just really quick. I'm going to pull up the card really fast. Elimination Chamber 2026. We're going to knock these out in 3-4 minutes. Quick one. Coming up this Saturday the 28th from Chicago, Illinois, inside the United Center, is WWE Elimination Chamber. 4 matches have been announced for the show, so we're going to run it all down for you here for a moment and give you our predictions on who we think could be coming out victorious. So as far as the Elimination Chamber matches do go, we'll go with these first. The Women's Elimination Chamber, we do have Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. Oh, Luke, take this one first. Who do you think is winning the Women's Chamber?
I think it's Tiffany. Because the reason why I don't think it's Rhea, because she's still one half of the women's tag champ. So it's unless they have her take lose the championship before Mania, then I don't see her facing Jade as one half of the tag champ. So I'd say it's probably gonna be Tiffany.
Well, I could see them losing the tag titles. Heck, I could see them losing the tag titles Friday to Nia and Lash Legend. They're calling them the Irresistible Forces. I can see that happening. And then Rhea goes in. Friday? Yeah, this Friday on SmackDown. They are defending the tag titles. So my prediction is going to be Rhea. So you've got, I'm going to write these down. Women's Chamber. So Luke, me, you got Tiff. I've got Rhea. So not the same on that one. Moving forward, we have the Men's Elimination Chamber match. We got Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso. I'll take this one first. I think it's obvious. American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. They're building Cody and Drew. Is it not
obvious to everyone? It's Cody.
Yeah, they're building Cody and Drew, and that's where we're going for the Men's Chamber. Cody. Now, does anybody get involved here to try and screw Cody, whether that's Jacob or Drew? I don't know. Next up, with the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line, we got Becky Lynch defending against AJ Lee. Who do you got?
AJ.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's AJ because they're probably gonna do AJ versus Becky at Mania, so they probably want AJ to win the first one so they can have a reason to have a rematch at Mania.
I can see that. Yep, that's the same reasoning I'm thinking as well. You do the second match there, the rematch, blah, 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 whatever, the big WrestleMania. You get AJ Lee. Because, how else do you get AJ Lee on WrestleMania? You know? I don't see any other way. And moving forward in the main event, well, not the main event. We don't know what the main event is, but the big World Heavyweight Championship match. CM Punk defending against Finn Balor. Michael Cole tried to play it up tonight on Raw. Which world champion will Roman Reigns confront next week? CM Punk or Finn Balor? It's CM Punk. What do you got? I got Punk.
It's CM Punk. I don't even know if Finn's even Finn's own mother even thinks Finn's gonna win.
Damn.
Like, I'm being honest. Like, do people really think Finn actually has a chance?
No, I don't even think all of Ireland. I don't think the country of Ireland would bet on Finn.
Right.
So, yeah, those are our predictions for this weekend's WWE Elimination Chamber. We'll be covering the whole show live. We'll live tweet it. We'll be going live afterwards to talk about it and all things associated with the Elimination Chamber. With that, guys, thank you for joining us here. Hopefully I'm back on Wednesday. I'm not sure. Wednesdays have been a little more busy than I've wanted to be. But with that, guys, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. All right, if you're still watching live on Twitch, we're going to hit a raid really fast. We haven't raided in a while.